So welcome back, Level 1 NCEA physicists. Today we're looking at forces. So what is a force? A force is either a push or a pull. And a force can cause an object to do one of four things. It can either accelerate it, which is speeding up, decelerate it, which is you're slowing down. It can change an object's direction. Okay, so example, a car crash is going to change the direction of the cars. Or it can change the object's shape, like squishing a soft tennis ball. And force, the units are newtons, which is capital N, and they're measured using a Newton meter, which is a few examples there on the right. So there's 7 major forces you have to be familiar with in NCEA Level 1 Mechanics. The first one is gravitational. Okay, so gravitational force is an attractive force. It brings objects together because the objects have mass. Okay, and you can increase the size of the force by either increasing the mass or moving the objects closer together. So weight, that's a gravitational force of the Earth on any objects. That's when what you're experiencing when you are standing up or sitting down on Earth. It's a weight force. And 1 kilogram weighs about 10 newtons. It's a force. The second type of force is a normal reaction or contact force, okay, and this is now a repulsive force that stops two bodies touching each other. Let's say bodies, objects. And the word normal means that the force acts at 90 degrees on the surface of the body. So if you're up a slope, then the force is acting at 90 degrees to that slope. And it's caused by the molecular interactions of the molecules in the objects. Okay, so the third type of force is friction, okay, and that's one that is in opposition to movement, okay, motion. And you'll see that with tires, for example, or brakes, that the kinetic energy, the energy of movement of any moving object is transferred into heat energy. So that's why brakes are hot to touch if you've been using them quite a lot in your car. This is caused by the force of friction. The next type of force is air resistance or drag. Okay, this is the force that opposes movement, just like friction. I guess it's like friction in a fluid. And when I say fluid, it's either a liquid or a gas. Okay, so cars, for example, or planes can be streamlined or smoothed out. Okay, and that's to reduce this force, so they go faster. Whereas with a parachute, it's increasing its surface area because you want to increase the air resistance so you don't fall to your death if you fall out of a plane. The fifth kind of force is upthrust, and this is a force that is experienced again in a fluid, a liquid or gas. So when you're going diving, it's that force that's kind of pushing you up to the surface. And an object will float in water or any liquid if the upthrust force, the force going up, pulling it up, equals the weight of that particular object. It will float. Okay, and the last two are magnetic forces. Okay, that's between magnets, the north and south poles of magnets, and it also allows motors to work, electrical motors, which we'll learn about more in level 2 physics. And the final one is electrostatic, which is the attractive or repulsive forces due to charges. So like charges repel, and unlike charges attract. Okay, so those are the major forces that you have to be familiar with in level 1 mechanics.